So he's writing in this, yeah, again, like I said, a moment of it's sort of proto-capitalist capitalism. He's not himself um, such an avowed capitalist, if you want to call him that. So he's writing about this idea of, but he is making, you know, basically a capitalistic argument about our human nature. So Locke theorizes that when we mix our labor with nature, we create property that we own. So private property and ownership are presented as an origin story. We realize ourselves as human beings when we put our labor into something, and that gives us something, gives us the right to call something our own. So here in the text here, I've uh, noted that it's a few pages into the chapter where he makes this sort of famous statement, which starts on this page and then goes to the next page here, right? And then he's going to use this simple story about acorns, right? So he's not writing about capitalism in an industrial sense, or capitalism as an industrial experience, or like in our world a consumer experience. He's really writing at this very sort of primordial level, like this basic capitalism, right? Um, so his argument seems both reasonable and unreasonable, right? Uh, so on the one hand, I find a spot of land, and I put my, labor into it, and I build a house or something like that. So I get to call myself my own, excuse me. But on the other hand, someone could come onto my land that I just built a house on and build something else, and what's to stop them from calling that their own? Or maybe they squat in my house while I'm away and they put some labor into it. Does that make the house, their own, right? So Locke's original notion here has some reasonableness to it, but it also strikes us as a little bit off. So why does he make such an argument to begin with, right? So keep in mind that Locke is, in general, all his writings, I would say, he's trying to justify middle class revolution. In 1690, England is an aristocratic and monarchical country. And the aristocrats and the royal family owned most property. And the right to property was based on hereditary claims, usually going back to some form of power, some form of a military conquest.